So I'm just thinking out loud, thinking about the beginning. And it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And it also says, all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that is made. So the Word is equivalent with God, and the Word makes all things. Then you go down to John 1:14, and it says, the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. But among is a mistranslation, because that word among in that verse is translated from the Greek preposition in. It's not among, it's in. So from that we can understand that the same power that makes all things, the same power that creates the universe and causes it to sustain itself, dwells in us. Then I go to Ephesians 3:9 and think about where it says, and to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world hath been hid in God, who created all things by Jesus Christ. So now we have in John 1, it says that all things were created by the Word. Now in Ephesians 3:9, God created all things by Jesus Christ. Now, this is not a contradiction. This is the same principle being expressed in two different ways. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about contradictions in the Bible, you know, different ones who don't subscribe to Christianity, or maybe they used to, and then they figured out it was contradictions, and now they into another religion or something like that. Then they end up throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
I believe God can't make mistakes.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, for sure, yeah.
So the Bible should have no mistakes in it?
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
I agree.
And if there were mistakes in the Bible, would you have a problem with that?
I'll definitely question myself.
Let me show you one, okay? Just so you can see. And this is clear cut, okay? So this is 2 Kings, okay? He's talking about Isaiah, okay? This is 2 Kings 8:26. He was 22 years old when Isaiah began to reign, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Athaliah, the daughter of Omri. How old was he?
22.
22, yeah?
22 years old, yeah.
And who are we talking about?
Isaiah,
okay? Now, if the same Isaiah in Second Chronicles was 42 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned a year in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Athaliah, daughter of Omri. If you can address this one point for me.
Please.
So, why is God making a mistake here?
What mistake?
How old is Isaiah when he began to reign? Was he 22 or 42?
22 years old, right?
He's 22 or 42, which one is it?
But how is that a mistake, though? I don't get it. Like, how is that...
How old are you?
21.
Okay, are you 21 or 41?
21.
21. You can't be both.
Yeah.
So why has Isaiah got two ages here?
I have no idea.
Well, this is also another very easily explainable contradiction or alleged error, if you will. Notice that Matthew and Mark do not say in any way or at any time that there is only one angel at the tomb. They just say the angel, whereas Luke and John say that there are two. And so the idea here is that there was one angel that was the miracle working angel, and that was the one that Matthew and Mark was focusing their attention on, never suggesting that there could not have possibly been another angel present at Jesus' tomb.
And this is how I know that they don't know what they're reading, neither do they understand how to read it. We speak of the wisdom of God and a mystery. This is not historical information, neither is it secular history. These are personifications, anthropomorphications, and allegories. The Bible is not historical in nature. This is ancient wisdom being conveyed via allegory. You have to renew your mind and be born again in order to enter into heaven. And the kingdom is within, and the kingdom is also like unto a merchant man in search of fine pearls, who, when he found one pearl of great value, he went and sold everything that he had, all that he had, and bought it. So in order to understand this, you have to unlearn in order to relearn. You have to give all of that up. All of what up? You have to give all of your preconceived notions about what you think you know, or what you think you believe, or what you have been taught to believe by the doctrine and the wisdom of men. You have to give up the belief in any external God or Savior. You have to realize that the God, the Savior that you are looking for, dwells within you. It is you. Tat famasi, I am that. Examine yourselves, test yourselves to see whether you are holding to the faith. Do you not realize how that Jesus Christ is in you? And if Jesus Christ is in you, God is in you also, because I and my Father are one. Mark 7:7 says, in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. So now you got all of these preachers and teachers all across the world that have taken the doctrines of men, which you have to give up. You got to give all of that up in order to enter into the kingdom of heaven. But they have taken the doctrines of men and now they teach it as fact. And now what has arisen out of that is a false god, whom therefore ye ignorantly worship. This is not history. These are allegories and symbols to be reflected upon for the purpose of discovering the mysterious or hidden truth. Symbolism is a higher language than words. Symbolism can be used to conceal or reveal. Symbolism is the language of mysticism and philosophy. Symbolism is the language of the mysteries because it transcends spoken language. It is the language that is used to preserve and transfer transcendental knowledge and information. Because to the wise, the subject of the symbol is obvious, but the ignorant remain oblivious to its underlying, deeper, hidden, secret meaning. And part of the deeper meaning is that if you want to unveil the mysteries, you cannot look for it on the pages of books. You cannot look for it in church buildings. You cannot look for it in under other individuals. The only way the mysteries are unveiled is that you have to look for it in the same place that it was hidden, and that is within yourself.